10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Look at what in my opinion, one of the best goalkeepers right now.
We need you to think that you're going to be playing against. So they want to.
I'm a little bit worried for tomorrow's game. I saw a stat on
Sergio
as a big bit of a waste of stats in the world.
He's going to play up and down. That is the second. We only have two men now in the team.
I know people have gone on about if we lose the cup, it could be a bit of a situation. I hope to God it
Sergio
doesn't.
Productions.
Sorry guys, I'll do the next one. Welcome to the Blue Lounge. Welcome to the stream. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Listen, this was supposed to be a match preview for Chelsea against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup tomorrow. And we're still going to do that. But first, breaking news literally 15 minutes before we went live. Roman Abramovich has released a statement which defines the way he will be associated with the club for the foreseeable future. This is a statement that has got a lot of people nervous and a lot of people, what's the word here? Confused. However, we're going to read the statement and I'm going to tell you exactly where we are, because all it takes is a couple of seconds for you mans to go out there and Google instead of just, getting upset and angry and nervous. So I did Google a couple of things and I'm going to be sharing that with you literally in a couple of minutes, because it isn't as bad as a lot of you think it is. In actual fact, he did the right thing. He has done exactly what he needs to do in regards to Chelsea Football Club and in regards to the current environment we're living in. Don't worry. Don't get scared. Don't get nervous. What's happened is something straightforward and it's really, really the right thing to do. And I will explain it all to you in just a moment. Before we do us a favor, hit the like button. Subscribe to the Blue Lounge, because we're going to be here for a couple of hours tonight and we're going to be discussing everything that you need to know about Chelsea Football Club today and especially tomorrow. I got a lot to talk about in regards to the preview, in regards to the cup final tomorrow, but let's address the story. Before we address the story, I just want to big up and shout out Zaidi Chelsea, Luke Mudway, Emmanuel, Fazor, Football Styles Wissam. Who else? Am I missing anyone? RD, Jota, MCIG, Elijah, Neil James, Gabriel, always. Big up to all of you, mans. Big up to my panelists, Declared, Chris, and Eric Blue. Let's talk and let's read the statement. Swoopstar 40, big up to you. 23 likes. Let's get up to 50. And let's read what Roman Abramovich actually said. All right, so this is what Roman Abramovich said. This is a statement from the club owner, Roman Abramovich. Literally 25 minutes ago. This was released 25 minutes ago. The following statement has been published. This is what Roman Abramovich had to say. During my nearly 20-year ownership of Chelsea Football Club, I have always viewed my role as a custodian. Sorry, my bad. A custodian of the club, whose job is to ensure that we are successful as we can be, today. As well as build. It's hard for me to highlight and read at the same time. So, as well as build for a future, while also playing a positive role in our communities. I have always taken decisions with the club's best interest at heart. I remain committed to these values. That is why I am today given the trustees of Chelsea's charitable foundation, the stewardship and the care of Chelsea Football Club. I believe that currently they are in the best position to look after the interests of the club, players, staff and fans. I'm going to read it one more time because I know some of you guys can't see it on the screen too clearly. During my nearly 20 years ownership of Chelsea Football Club, I have always viewed my role as a custodian of the club, whose job is to ensure that we are as successful as we can be today, as well as build the future, while also playing a positive role in our communities. I have always taken decisions with the club's best interests at heart. I remain committed to these values. That is why I am today given the trustees of Chelsea's charitable foundation, the stewardship and the care of Chelsea Football Club. I believe that currently they are in the best position to look after the interests of the club, the players, the staff, and the fans. Straightforward. I know what you're thinking. Who is this? Who is the trustees of Chelsea's charitable foundation? What is this? What is this organization? Who are these people that are going to be running our club? Because, boy, this is a charity. We're giving Chelsea to charity. Roman, what are you doing? Well, let me tell you who this charity is. I won't tell you. I'll show you who this charity is because, boy, it's straightforward. It really is straightforward. The chairman of this charity, one window. Share screen. The chairman of this foundation is none other than this dude. Foundation trustee, chairman Bruce Buck. Bruce Buck is the chairman of this foundation. That name might be familiar to you guys. You might have heard of him. He's the chairman of Chelsea Football Club. He is the head of the board. He is the gaffer when it comes to running the club. So Bruce Buck is now literally the person who is in charge and who is the one taking over the leadership of the club. Who else is on this board? John Devine. John is a partner and the head of sports team at a law firm. Emma Hayes. You've heard of Emma Hayes, right? Come on, you must have heard of Emma Hayes. Women's manager. So literally, this charity, this trust, is run by Bruce Buck. Bruce Buck. MCIG. He is literally putting. Let me just put it this way. Roman Abramovich is passing the buck. He's literally taking it away from him, giving it to Bruce Buck to run, so that nothing that it impacts Roman Abramovich directly will impact Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea Football Club will continue to function as normal. Chelsea Football Club will continue to function as normal. Roman Abramovich is still committed to these values, to these steps that he has taken to build the club, and he has given the accountability now to Bruce Buck. All that's changed was Bruce Buck was responsible for running the club. Bruce Buck is now accountable for running the club. That's the best analogy I can put. The buck stops with him. The question, whatever goes up the chain, it stops with him. That's it. He's the head. Is he still? Does he still answer to Roman? Yes, because Roman is still the owner of the club. But who oversees the club today is not Roman anymore. Roman doesn't oversee the club officially anymore. And again, I underline the word officially and I put it in bold. He doesn't officially run the club. Bruce Buck has made a lot of mistakes in the past. He's made mistakes. And hopefully, he doesn't make any more. And if he does, we're not going to be quiet about it. But that's all that's happened, guys. So this statement by Roman Abramovich, which you guys can see. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? For those of you who want to read it at your own leisure. Sorry. Where has it gone? Oh, man, I've lost it. Give me a second, lads. I'm going to give you the link to the statement. So those of you who want to read it at your own leisure. Why is it coming on? Open. I don't understand this. So open. Well, I'm having technical issues because I'm trying to open the statement again and it's not allowing me. I'll give it one more attempt, and if it doesn't allow me, then we'll have to okay, here we go. So this is a statement. I'm putting it in the chat for you guys to have a look at. So if you want to read the statement, it's there. Click on that link. It'll take you straight to it. Literally 7-8 lines. Read it. And like I said, the board of trustees, the charity is one, or is the main gaffer, the director of it is Bruce Buck. So he's literally just pushed it aside to Bruce Buck. Now I'm going to give my panelists the opportunity to come and give me their thoughts and opinions on this, and then we'll go into our match preview. But I wanted to tell you guys, don't worry, everything is just cool. Roman is about to. I can see this happening, but hopefully it won't. It could happen, Wally. And it isn't because of Roman, it's because of Bruce. He's not been the best, but tough times, Let me say hello to Declared, Chris, Eric Blue, and Bobby. How you guys doing?
Not bad, mate. Not bad. How is everybody?
Good. Chris, since you're the one that broke the story on our timeline, let me get your thoughts on this first.
First of all, pleased to be back on the Blue Lounge, the best Chelsea fan channel on YouTube. First of all, not only does this summarise in my mind that we've got the best owner in football, we have the smartest owner in football. I mean, look, I'm not Bruce Buck's biggest fan, but if it's between him being in charge for a while and Roman selling the club, I'd rather have Bruce Buck in charge for a while. You know what I mean? So, look, this is the best decision possible because, look, it was always going to be hard because, this the whole thing with Russia and Ukraine, it's always going to be hard. In terms of people saying Roman's going to get backlash, unfortunately, that's true because people these days don't look at the bigger picture, in my opinion. People just look at what the media say and they just say, okay, we're going to jump on that. So overall, it's a short statement. I'll be honest to everybody that was like worried when I read the bit that said, after my 20 years of charge, that don't tell me the next sentence is going to be I'm selling the club. So I'm happy. I'm very happy. Basically, to summarise it up in easy terms, it's like when you go on holiday and you have a dog, you put someone in charge of your house to look after the dog until you come back. That's basically what it is. So Roman will be back, but the only thing is we don't know when. That's the only thing. But Chelsea's in good hands. We've got a cup final tomorrow. This is what I'm saying. We've got a cup final tomorrow. You wouldn't even think we have a cup final. So overall,
this stream is to talk about the cup final. But like I said, 15 minutes before we went live. There's a concern here. Fazor has talked about it. I've seen a few people mention it since the story has broke. Bruce Buck isn't the best. He's made mistakes, and having him in charge is a little bit worrying. Let me hear from Declared. Declared, welcome to the stream. Give me your thoughts on this, mate.
Yep, thanks for having me. It's been a while actually, and you had some great topics I wish I was on for. And I'm really happy you busted out the Buck sayings. I got a few more too. Well, are we getting more bang for our buck?
You know what I mean?
There's one from there's an Aussie one that I'll probably share with you. So we say Buckley's chance, which is a very probably rare slang, means no chance. I think named after some convict that couldn't get away. But yeah, I think when I first initially read it, I had questions because I couldn't separate, was he actually just giving over who runs it, or was he actually giving the whole club over? Was he separating himself completely? Which is what everyone's been saying in the news. They've been going after, everyone's been saying take the club off him, like take his assets, take his home. And I'm wondering if they still can do that. So so has he just given over who's running it, or has he relinquished the actual ownership, which is handing over, and maybe he gets back later? So it'll be interesting what he's done. But it's good because he's taking off the pressure, because that's all everyone's been talking about, more than the cup final this whole weekend, to the build up to the cup final. No one's been actually talking about Liverpool versus Chelsea. It's all been Roman this, Roman that, whether he's okay or who already there's investors coming in. So it's been crazy, different sides of the stories. But yeah, that's how I actually feel. But I feel a bit more relaxed that it's just what you said.
Yep, I'm actually going to give you a little bit more context. I'll give you a little bit more context because it's important to know what exactly did he say. What exactly did he say in his statement, and what is Bruce Buck and his committee are in charge of exactly? Let's have a look. He says, that is why I am today... Is it on the screen? Yeah. That is why I am today giving the trustees of Chelsea's charitable foundation the stewardship and care of Chelsea Football Club. The stewardship. Now, do you guys know what stewardship means? Let me show you the exact definition of the word
basically means
stewardship.
He'll be back.
Listen, I'm coming to you. All right, stewardship. As per Google, the job of supervising or taking care of something, such as an organization or property.
Right.
The job of supervising or taking care of something. Supervising or taking care of something. All right? So that is what Roman Abramovich has said. I have given these guys the job to supervise and take care of things while I'm a little bit busy, a little bit occupied right now with all of these people trying to come at me. So to give the club the opportunity to continue to move forward uninterrupted, unhassled, unharassed, I'm going to step away and let these mans supervise and take care of things for now. I haven't given it to them. They don't own nothing. They haven't given them anything apart from the accountability to look after the business while I'm busy. That's how I see it, and I'm just interpreting what the statement says, and that is it. And like I said, he's given it to Bruce Buck.
Why I felt it was a little bit more, because I thought that's what Bruce Buck was doing already.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, Roman's been gone. He hasn't been in the country.
The difference is there is accountability and there is responsibility. So, like I said, the buck stops with Roman. Now the buck stops with Bruce. Literally, the buck stops with Bruce, because Bruce right now, he's the one who is taking care of stuff. He's the one supervising it. While before it'd go to him, he'd look at it and he'll be like, "Yo, Roman, this is the situation. What shall we do?" Now he'll be like, "You know what? We need to bring the Super League back in." You know, that's what it is, man. That's where we are. All right,
He can still do that, can he?
I don't think the world can do that right now. I think there's too much going on right now for us to look at these kind of situations. Pandemic, this war, we got to sit tight and just play it safe for a couple of years, I think. Let me bring in Eric, Bobby, and DJ Sav, and then we'll open the discussion for a little while before we'll go into the match preview. Eric Blue, big up to you. Welcome to the stream. Tell me your thoughts on this topic, mate.
Well, thanks for having me again. I've not been on too many streams.
I'm ducking your pay, mate. Straight up, I'm ducking your pay. I'm not paying you, man. I'm not paying you.
Yeah, I've been avoiding streams. I haven't felt, I just haven't been in the best mood, and I haven't been in the best position to come on streams too often. But I'm back, hopefully. I don't want to be missing too many streams because I really enjoy the conversations. It's for me, it's not a bad situation for the club short term. I don't think we need to be worrying about the future of the club in the near future. But in terms of Roman owning the club, I can't say that I'm sure that he'll continue to own the club. I can't say that with any kind of certainty. It's very possible that he will sell or maybe, not own the club any longer. That is a possibility that we can't ignore. But I think in terms of the future of Chelsea, in the immediate future, like a few weeks from now, a few months from now, maybe a year from now, I don't think we need to be too worried, too concerned. But in terms of Roman owning the club long term, I have no idea. I really don't know what will happen in the future. I heard about, I think I read about him making a statement against, the actions of Putin. But I don't know anything else, right, with regards to him and how the situation is being handled. But obviously, it's not a nice situation. I don't think anybody is happy with this. Even if you want to say, nobody should be too worried. At the very least, it's upsetting, right? We don't want a situation like this for our club, and we'll just have to wait and see with what happens in the future. I don't have too much more to say on that.
Yep. Yeah, listen, in regards to the Roman situation, it is still work in progress. It's still developing. How it's going to pan out, how things are gonna look, we don't know. We streamed yesterday talking about it from a political standpoint and the club standpoint, and then this development happens today. And I think we'll see a few more statements made in the next few weeks, few days. Developing story. But what Roman Abramovich has done today, in my opinion, is the best step he could do under the circumstances to put the pressure away from the club. Because as we were talking yesterday, me, Bobby, Boogeyman, Chris, and Gabriel, and the rest of the boys, we were talking yesterday. We were concerned that our minds are not focused on the game tomorrow. We're focusing on other things, and that is going to hinder our progression as a football team, and that is what we don't want. This is why Roman Abramovich has taken this step today. Let me hear from Bobby. I know GNA TV is coming on. Let me hear from Bobby, and we'll work our way around. Bobby, let me hear your thoughts on this, mate.
Yeah, after yesterday, we've sort of really gone through this. I think Roman has been extremely clever. I think he's done what a committed person like him could do. The only thing he could do. I'm glad he's done it. Let's see whether Mr. Putin is really going to give a SHIT. But it's good. He's now said, okay, fine, I'm hands off. So all these people who want to pin all that's going on him can now have their day and see where that gets them. Because he's got nothing to do with this horrible act. And I just think as far as Chelsea Football Club is concerned, it really is business as usual, which is best all round for everyone concerned. Would he, after all the targeted punishments meted out on him, have the financial ability to continue to bankroll or at least underwrite club business? It seems unlikely. But the club is in quite a healthy position to be able to do business without him, for at least for the next few years, especially if we're successful as well. So, he's done a wonderful thing as always. I don't believe he'll be totally out of the picture. If Bruce Buck has any sense at all, he will be in communication with him. Only it's just off camera. As it is now.
Bobby, officially, he ain't talking to the man. Officially, but officially, yeah.
Exactly. And officially, he's not doing anything with Chelsea right now, anyway. So, I think he's just taken the pressure off, taken himself out of the picture, and all those people looking for a scapegoat will have to look for someone else because he's not involved anymore. It's very sad. It's a sad day, but hey, that's life. There are always challenges when you're at the top like him. People have hated Chelsea for decades. They've been jealous of Chelsea for decades. What's new? Every crisis just raises the opportunity for them to sharpen their swords against the club. And boy,
100%.
wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if we bring back that trophy on Sunday? Wouldn't it be nice, lads?
Beautiful.
I know they're going to be after us. I don't trust the officials on Sunday, but boy, if anybody can turn it round in adversity, it's always Chelsea Football Club.
Yeah, I'll be by the corner flag on Sunday, hopefully keeping an eye out for the referees. Listen, I'm gonna excuse. I'm gonna ask for DJ and Julius to excuse me for a second because I know you were due to go next, but Jem is only here for a couple of minutes, so I want to give him the chance to give us his thoughts and opinions, and I'll come back to you guys. So again, he's pushing in the queue, but he's a guest, and guests get priority. So big up to you, DJ. Big up to you, Julius. Jem, welcome to the stream. Let me hear your thoughts on this topic. An interesting topic, an interesting statement. What's your thoughts on it, mate?
First of all, thanks for having me as always. I know it's been a while.
Pleasure.
In and out, and sorry for pushing in the queue, guys, but I ain't going to be here too long, so I'll leave you to get in what you wanted to say. But no, I agree with Bob. I actually air what Bobby's saying. I think if you're clever, if you're clever enough to realise that rivals will use it as a scapegoat to say that Roman's slowly trying to sell the club, it's absolute nonsense. They don't know our football club, we do. That's what you've got to remember, number one, all right? There's a lot of people, Man United fans, Arsenal fans that are out there that wished, and Tottenham fans that wish they had a chairman like Chelsea have And when I say that, I mean looking at what he's done for the last 20 years, always putting this football club first and making sure that we're able to compete at the highest order. We're only here today because of that man. That man is the reason that we are here where we are today and can talk about all of the success we have. In regards to what's came out today, I spoke to someone that works for Chelsea Football Club about 30 minutes ago just to find out if it was something out of the blue, if he'd heard about it. He works there daily. He said to me that this news was given to them a couple of days ago. This is not something that's just happened now. This was news that was been sort of riffed around the football club, but they've obviously been told to keep it quiet at the time. And so the part of the reason he's done this is nothing to do with him potentially wanting to sell the football club moving forward, but there's certain areas of the football club that needs in-house decisions, if that makes sense, in-house decisions daily. And because he's not able to be there, with the issues anyway, with his visa and now obviously the potentials of sanctions against him, he's decided to proportionate certain parts of the football club to people that are pretty much there on a day-to-day basis that he trusts to make decisions, basically. Does that make sense?
I've got a question for you, Jem. Sorry. Could he be potentially, because when I mentioned him selling the club earlier, I wasn't, obviously he's not trying to sell it. We know he doesn't want to go. But could he be forced, put in a position where, he might have to,
Well, I think that people forget. Yeah, no, I'll answer that very quickly if you do. One of the things that people forget about Chelsea is that for Roman to sell it tomorrow, and I do think that if Roman sold Chelsea, he would only sell it in the best interest of this football club. He would never throw this club under a bus. He loves this. He loves this club, and he's shown it for 20 years plus. What he will do, and what people forget, is that Chelsea Football Club itself owes Roman around £1 to £1.2 billion in debt. There's a lot of money that's owed to Roman directly. And then you forget him the total value of this football club since 20 years ago and up to now. It's around 5 billion, roughly around 5 billion in terms of value of the club itself. You can't just have this, half-rich geezer just walk along and buy this football club out. This can't be any like high street personnel. This has got to be someone with serious money. The day that Chelsea do or Roman decides to sell this football club on will only be what I believe someone coming in with the same amount of money or even more than what Roman's got to take over and push forward with this. And this is what
Jim, I just want to interrupt you for 1 second. You're spot on in regards to the money, but there's also another factor which Roman Abramovich has brought with him to Chelsea Football Club, and that is the infrastructure. The actual hierarchy, the actual team that has come in and started to run the club. He has brought in a team that is that has grown and has developed over the past 2 decades. Now, when someone else wants to come in, he's got to replace that team, and he's got to replace that team with that type of quality.
Facts.
And let's be fair. Let's be fair. All the clubs in the UK, in England specifically, look up to Chelsea Football Club and they try to emulate what we're doing, because we have football people in a lot of the areas where they have business people, and that is causing them problems. I mean, look at Manchester United for an example. The reason why they brought in Ragnick and they've offered him a director's role at the end of the season is because they need to inject the footballing people into their organization.
Yeah.
While we have done it in a way where it has become part of our organization, part of our system. And that is something that Roman has brought in. So it's not just
100%.
about the money, it's about the structure that he has brought in. And again, I apologize for cutting you off, Jim.
No, and I 100% agree with what you're saying. And you're right, there is an infrastructure in place. And that's why I say it's not easy for him to just sell the football club. The personnel that come in are going to have to run it in the sort of the same way, but in the same sort of structure as we have seen in a long time. And I don't think Roman's the type of guy just to go, right, take the money and go. I think he's the type of guy that's going to take the money off the right man who's going to care about this football club. And this is what I'm saying. I think all of what's going on at the moment makes sense. It hasn't surprised me. People, at the end of the day, unfortunately, he's being dragged into the crap with the UK in terms of the sanctions and potential sanctions due to Putin and what's going on with Russia and Ukraine. That is yet to be told, depending on what Putin does from now to whenever he decides to do whatever he's going to do at this point. But at the end of the day, I think he's just thinking ahead. I actually think he's thinking of the worst as well, and the fact that if he does get sanctioned, he doesn't want them to hold this football club or drag this football club into something that maybe isn't right. And I think by him doing what he's doing is a clever thing. Again, he's showing that he's putting this football club at the best of his interests, in front of anything else. He's showing that he's trying to protect it. Doesn't mean he's not the owner. He is still the owner. Yeah, he still owns it. People need to forget that. People just think, oh my God, he's given parts of it to a trust. Oh my God, what does that mean? Does that mean he's not going to be involved in it? No, it's not. It just means that certain parts, and that's what I said at the beginning, certain parts of what's going on at Chelsea needs people in-house to make the decisions. And you're right, the infrastructure's there. He has people that he trusts to make them decisions. And that's why he's passed it across now, for not only for that reason, but also because of what's going on with the sanctions and maybe dragging the club down. By him doing that, they can't do what they want to do, drag this club into it, and I think it's very clever from him at the end of the day. And I hope, fingers crossed, that he doesn't get sanctioned, but he's already having problems with visas anyway. They don't want him here. So it must be hard. It must be hard for him as an owner. Imagine being an owner of something and you're not able to see or watch your team play. Or it must be hard from his perspective, It's not nice. So, we'll see. But people
that's what
I'm going to say. Don't
exactly. Exactly. And listen, that statement, the wording of that statement is very carefully chosen. And, like I've said here, what they have done is literally, and like I said, that word, stewardship. Let me just get the statement back on the screen, because literally, that is it. It's this. This is why I am today giving the trustees of Chelsea Charitable Foundation the stewardship and the care of Chelsea Football Club. The stewardship and care of Chelsea Football Club. And stewardship just means they're gonna supervise it, oversee what's going on. That is it. And to be fair, Bruce Buck has been doing that already to a certain degree, because Roman Abramovich, his situation has been like this for quite some time.
It's nothing
new. He can't live in this country. Well, that's been the case for years now. So what's happened? Nothing's happened.
It's just that Kazim, it could potentially be getting worse with the sanctions. That's it, and that's why he's making the right steps to protect it. That's it.
He's exactly.
Yeah.
And the action that he's taken, it emphasizes what you've just said, Jem, about him putting the club first and not letting the club get dragged into whatever things that are going to affect him personally, because there are going to be things affecting him personally because of his nationality, his relationship with Putin or whatever. So he doesn't want to have that to put shadow or to put shade on Chelsea Football Club. And we should be looking at this as another positive step by Roman. So
remember what
don't get
I'm
nervous.
going to leave now as well. Just remember what I said in regards to what that guy told me that works at Chelsea. That I know, the fact that he'd been told specifically that the part that's been given to the trustees, like you said, for the stewardships, for them to sort of oversee, is a section of the club that actually is a daily thing. It's something that they have to make decisions on a daily basis, and maybe he just feels that people in house can do that. And that's fair enough. That makes sense to me. That makes sense. If you own a company, Mo, and you've got the right people working for it, but you want to go on holiday for 6 months, but that by you doing that, there'd be points where you can't make certain decisions because your phone's off or you're on a beach and they can't get hold of you, but you trust someone there because they will make the right decisions. So you give them part control. It's the same thing. It's like being the boss of a do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, guys, I'll let you go anyway. Thank you very much for having me.
Big up GNA TV. Big up Jem. Listen, guys, you got to be checking out this channel. You got to be checking out GNA TV. Great content, daily content. Good channel. Good Chelsea fan channel. They also have some European coverage, women's football. So they have a lot of things you'll be interested in. So go check out GNA TV.
And make sure you
Jem, always a pleasure, mate.
100 likes.
Are you at the match tomorrow? Are you coming tomorrow?
I'm going to the football terrace tomorrow to the show, so I'm not going to the game. I wasn't going to go, but I'm going to the football terrace.
All right, sweet. All right, I'll check you out on there, mate. I'll check you out on there. Take care. Have a good day. Cheers, Jem. Thank you. All right, let me bring in DJ Sav, and then we'll bring in Julius. Guys, I'm sorry for keeping you waiting, but I haven't spoken to Jem for quite some time, so it was good to have him on. DJ, big up to you, my man. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, big up to you.
Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully I'll bump into you tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully, bro. Hopefully. Where are you going to be at? Where?
I'm gonna be C gate what was it?
Yeah.
Gate 3, I think. By the corner flag, man. By the section
Yeah, I know,
116. Yeah.
I'll look out
Guys,
for you, bro.
if you're anywhere near
I'll
section
knock into you.
116, look out for me. Hopefully things work out. Because I'm actually picking up the ticket tomorrow. So I'm waiting for Gov. I know he's flying into the UK today from Ireland. So hopefully I'll meet him tomorrow. I'll get the tickets from him. And I'll be going tomorrow with Worldwide Chelsea, Sadiq. So
Sadiq.
me and him are linking. Yeah, we're linking up beforehand, and we're gonna do some madness tomorrow. We're gonna do a vlog. I'm actually gonna do the vlog on his channel. I'm gonna give him my facilities.
Excellent.
But we'll do the vlog on his channel. I'm really looking forward to it. It should be good. There'll be some good content tomorrow. There won't be a stream though. I apologize, but I'll be busy pre-recording some videos for you. But we will be doing something again the following day. Anyway, DJ, Roman Abramovich, his statement. Let me hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah, listen, mate. I mean, it's the best from what I've read of the statement. It's the best thing he can basically do for me. I think it's taking the pressure off the football club. I think it's just he's given it to the trustees, so we think we can trust and say yes, they're going to be doing a good job of it all. My worries.
Did you have your audio?
But I'm hoping he'll be able to do it, run it properly and well. But look, it's kind of like relieved. Hello, can you hear me still, bro? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, no, now you're good. You're good. You're back. Yeah, you're good.
Can you hear me, guys? Yeah, so
yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
So I was just saying, yeah. So look, brilliant. So all I was basically saying is, hopefully we can now concentrate on the game tomorrow, mate. I mean, that was my only one stress bug thing about tomorrow's match was this whole thing that was over us. Now this statement's actually come out. Hopefully we can go on and put our show on tomorrow and win. That will be a great thing. The players, it also rests the players' mind at ease. Possibly Thomas Tuchel's mind's at ease as well over everything. So hopefully that will just be a win. But it's great news though. Generally, I mean, hopefully things will calm down. Obviously, we can't contemplate of what's going on at the moment between the Ukraine and Russia, and my hearts and thoughts out with the families and everybody there for those countries, especially the Ukraine. But yeah, it's the best news ever, mate, in terms of what's happened. And I really hope now we can just concentrate on the football side of things all now and move forward now with it all. That's all I have to say on the topic, bro. Cheers.
Thank you, DJ. I'm going to give Julius a chance to come in and give me his thoughts on this. I'll open it to you guys to discuss if you want to for like 5-10 minutes. But I think we've addressed pretty much all the points. And let me hear what Julius has to say, and then we'll take it from there. Julius, big up to you. It's been a minute, mate. I haven't seen you for a minute. I hope you're good. I hope you and your family are doing well. Let me get your thoughts on this on the statement.
Thank you, Mo. It's good to see you all, as always. I think Roman Abramovich is a genius with this move, and it shows again that he puts the club above all. He cares for it, and it's simply protecting the club. Yeah. I want to talk more actually about what I've been seeing on social media in regards to Chelsea and him in general, the attack. The thing is, Mo, if I know for a fact that all these Arsenal fans and Liverpool fans and Tottenham fans care too much about the humanitarian side of things by attacking Chelsea, then I would say fair enough. But we all know the real motives behind their agendas. It's not about that because they care about what's going on. It's the hatred towards Chelsea even before this whole madness happened in the world. And they see this as an opportunity for them to start to talk about Roman Abramovich and Chelsea fans and everything Chelsea to also to destroy our image, to ruin our reputation, to put Chelsea as this bad, always like that on the bad side. The intentions are not clean, in my opinion. It's not clean intentions. And I've heard about the MP on in the British government and stuff. I don't want to really give too much details on that because I'm not really familiar with the politics in the UK. But again, as Chelsea fans, we know that very well when we've spoken about this so much in regards to how the media treat us, how the pundits treat us. We are hated, and this is, I think now they see us, they see this to attack us as the perfect timing, you know. So it's very unfortunate that the criticism is not done because of the care of the Ukrainian people or the Ukrainian situation. It's more like personal agendas. So yeah, I don't have much to say. I'm just a little bit annoyed with how everything, the whole world now is against Chelsea even more, and we all of a sudden are the evil people, and all of a sudden Roman Abramovich has to be held accountable, and people are so sure that he is involved. Where's your proof? Even if he is involved, you go to a court, you are innocent until it's proven. There is nothing, no proof whatsoever that he's involved whatsoever. So
yeah, no, Julius, you see, the way sanctions work, he doesn't have to be involved for them to be able to sanction him. The way sanctions work is they target that country and its assets. Its assets could be government related, could be private sector. They could even target an individual's assets. And by the way, out of all of this, they have not targeted the personal assets of Putin. They haven't targeted his personal assets. So they could actually put Roman Abramovich under sanctions and target his assets and still leave Putin alone. And that would be the irony of what was probably be the outcome of this whole thing. They will put all of these businessmen under sanction and they will leave the president alone, even though the decision making is all from him. Now, the thing is this, and Jem has mentioned it here in his comment. He's talking about keeping the financial situation fluid by allowing us to be able to pay the players and the staff and all that, by distancing him from the club. And yes, that's what he's done. And I can guarantee you something. And if Jem, if the guy who was speaking to Jem is correct and is accurate in the fact that this is something that they've been talking about for quite some time, I'll guarantee you that some of the financial support that Abramovich wants to be able to offer Chelsea Football Club has been placed in organizations or in accounts that are not linked to him, but are linked to the entity that is Chelsea Football Club.
Yes,
and they will have access to that. So, look, I can't go into all these details because I'm not 100% sure about exactly what is going on. But Roman Abramovich, he's a billionaire, and he did not become a billionaire because he is sitting in at home watching Netflix 24/7. It's because he's got something up there that he's using. Yeah. So this is one of the most what's the word here? The most passionate things that he feels about this club is a passion of his, and I can guarantee you, he will give 110% to this club, and he will find a way to keep supporting it. I would hate for him to have to, or to be pushed into a corner where he will have to part ways with the club. But like I said, this isn't where we are today. And this statement is far from that. Don't get nervous, don't get worried. We are nowhere near that type of outcome.
I want to mention one thing more, though. I want to add a couple of things real quick. As I mentioned, again, it's a genius move from Abramovich. Shows, again, he loves the club and he cares so much about the club. Unlike all the other owners, all of them, no exception. He is protecting Chelsea. But I want to say another thing. And this is for people who are using Chelsea as a scapegoat or to push their agendas. There is a lot of things where I come from in my background that Abramovich has done that is outrageous and not acceptable. Some involvement. I don't want to get into them. I never mix up my personal politics with football. He has been involved in things in a certain area. You know what I'm talking about, Mo. That is against everything I stand for.
Yeah.
And my value.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
But I never bring this up and push my agenda or my political agenda to in football. This has nothing to do with him as an owner to Chelsea. So all these people who are trying to just try to hurt the club's image, and unfortunately even the fans' image, is just pure dirt, and it's sneaky, you know. So yeah.
Look, I said this yesterday. I don't think Roman is a saint. I know he has done things that I perceive and I believe ought to be wrong, and those things that he has done, I will address them when we are talking about that situation, that case, that position. In regards to what he has done, and like I said, me and Roman, we are linked in one entity. We are linked to one entity, and that is the club that I love, that he owns. So my relationship with Roman is Chelsea Football Club. And what he has done for that relationship, for Chelsea Football Club, I cannot find any fault in it. On the contrary, I thank him for everything he has done for my club. And I will continue to do so. Because what he has done for my club, I don't have any issues with it. In regards to other political agendas, other political avenues, yes, me and him disagree on a lot of things. But this isn't politics. I'm not talking about politics here. I'm talking about my club. And I'm talking about the owner of my club in that capacity. And I don't have any issues with him owning my club or running my club in that capacity. Before I open the discussion, because I know some of you guys want to jump in on this discussion, but let me give Nick Blue a chance to come in and give me his thoughts. I haven't had him on my channel since he got angry and left me, but he's back. So welcome, Nick. Good to have you back. I hope you're doing good, my brother.
Yeah, nice to be back. No, I didn't get angry, Mo. I didn't say anything to you. No, I thought you, that day you took me off because you don't want me to be on the stream, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, that particular stream, because...
sorry, man. Yeah, I understand, something, going on with my phone sometimes, yeah.
No problem, Nick. Welcome back. Let me hear your thoughts on this.
To say,
go ahead.
I've been watching, non-stop this crazy war. And this Putin, he reminds me of Hitler too much. He's got the same intentions, the same mind. And to do it
hold on. Let me stop you. Let me stop you for one second. What is happening in Ukraine? I am against. Every human being is against that, because it is a humanitarian disaster. I don't want to label Putin X, and then, because if I'm going to allow you to label Putin X, then I'm going to have to allow someone else to label Biden Y, and we're going to get into a discussion about who's the bad guy, who's the good guy. The bad guy is debatable in a political arena. We are not talking about politics. So you want to debate this, you want to discuss this, I'm happy to hear from you. Just don't be calling someone Hitler this or Hitler that. It's not about name calling here. So let's just keep it in regards to Abramovich, in regards to Chelsea, and in regards to the situation in general. But let's not label anyone any particular names, please.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's just it makes me crazy. I was in Cyprus in 1970.
It's a passionate.
Yeah,
it's a passionate topic. Yeah.
In 1970, when Turkey invaded us, I was there. Not on the front line, but I was there, and I know what it's like to be in a war. But yeah, I know we can't. But Biden ain't much better either. I'm not saying he's better. Anyway, Roman. What I'm hearing is some people who talk about Roman like they are. It makes me sick. And even all the Russian people, there's nothing to do with them. They're all against what's happening. They're protesting, and they're throwing them in prison. It's their regime, but the regime is bad. Roman is originally he's Jewish. He's a Russian Jew, and he's nothing to do what Putin is doing. Some people make out. Roman's done so much for this country.
Nick,
let me go. Yeah.
Just once again, because we were having this talk yesterday about a person's background or a person's this. Look, Roman could be Putin's brother. He could be his son. I would not judge him by the actions of someone else. Okay, the fact that he's Russian has nothing to do with anything. It's just the fact that because he's Russian and he's wealthy, he's been targeted as part of the sanctions against the country of Russia. Had he not been Russian, it would have been a different situation, even if he was friends with Putin. So as far as I'm concerned, let's just keep it in regards to what we know right now. And what we know right now is Roman Abramovich has decided to give the stewardship of Chelsea Football Club to the trustees, who the director of is Bruce Buck. And that's it. That's where we are.
Yeah, it's not nice. I don't like. I wish that he could come back here and be like he was at Chelsea. That's where he wants to be. But he's done the right thing. What he thinks is right, probably. But it's hard to take. They're making him do this. This government and whatever. I don't know. I think it's too harsh on him. And he is too harsh. Especially how much money is put into this country. How much he helps with the NHS when it was the pandemic. Yeah. The NHS, the charities, he does so much. And then, because he's Russian, suddenly they don't want him. This government is, he's always been biased anyway. I'm really upset with that, really.
I agree with you. To no fault of his own, he has been targeted for years, because of the policies of Russia and the actions of Russia, specifically on British soil. So that has had repercussions on him, and unfortunately, it's had repercussions on us as fans of Chelsea Football Club. I'm gonna open the discussion to the panel for 5 minutes, and then we will jump into the match preview for Chelsea against Liverpool, because lads, there's a big game tomorrow and we need to discuss that. So let me give you guys a couple of minutes to give me your final thoughts on this topic.
Yeah, basically, I just want to sum up. Big up Roman Abramovich. I said basically all I had to say yesterday. Big up Roman Abramovich. People are acting as if he's the one who's invading Russia. It's nothing. People need to look at the bigger picture. He's a scapegoat at the end of the day. If you're a billionaire and you're from Russia, you're going to be an easy target. But yeah, today just sums up that not only is he the best owner in world football, not only does he love Chelsea and has the best interest for Chelsea, he's the smartest owner for me. For me, if he wasn't a smart owner, he would just be like, you know what, let's just sell the club to American owners or whatever. Let's just do that. I can't be bothered. But, it shows he cares. So, big up Roman Abramovich. So that's all I have to say on that.
Right, cool. Anybody else want to add anything before we move to the Chelsea-Liverpool preview? All right, we're good. We're good. All right. Lads in the chat, thank you very much for getting us onto 88 likes. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Let's push it to 100 likes. Let's push it to 100 likes. What we're going to do now, boys, is we're going to actually refresh our minds and our memories by watching the Tuchel press conference one more time. Because I need to find it. Where is it? One more time, because it happened yesterday. It wasn't this morning. It was yesterday. So I want to watch it, and then we will get to jump into our match preview. I'm sorry, I'm just loading it up. This is one of the issues when I have messages in my DM. It makes it hard for me to find things that I've left in there for exactly this moment. Gabriel, Chris. Here we go. There we go.
Today we'll start with the TV section, then moving on to the dailies, and then finishing with the Sunday section. We're going to start today's press conference with Gary Cottle from Sky Sports News. Gary, when you appear on the panel, unmute yourself and away you go.
Just rejoined as a panellist. Sorry to keep you waiting there, Thomas.
No problem. Hi.
Good afternoon. Thank you for your time. Could I get the latest team news, please?
The latest team news? Yes, you can, of course. We had training today with everybody out on the pitch, except for Ben Chilwell, which is brilliant news. This is pretty much it.
So the two that went off with injuries, the last match, Ziyech, Kovačić, they're both okay?
Both okay since today. Like they were not only out on the pitch with separate programs. Everybody joined team training from the first to the last minute. We have at the moment no reactions, but positive reactions, and I hope it stays like this. We have another training tomorrow, and to have everybody available for Sunday.
Sorry, but the inevitable question: has Romelu been this week?
I would say good, like everybody else. I know he's I know he's an important player. If you play a lot of money these days for one single player, there's a lot of focus on the player. But if you maybe look a little bit, if you allow yourself to zoom a little bit out, he played a lot of matches from the start for us, consecutive matches. We have maybe a little bit the same situation, for example, with Jorginho, who is one of our captains and did not play so much from the beginning lately, because we feel him a bit tired, a bit mentally tired. But the focus is hugely on Romelu, which I can understand. But the situation is more or less the same, like for Jorginho, and that sometimes it's not fair and sometimes it's a bit too much, because both of them understand themselves as team players. And I understand the huge focus, but the things inside are very clear, and the decisions are made clear, and the players accept. And once you play for Chelsea, you accept that the team goes first, and that's why there's no hard feelings, not from Romelu, not from me, and not from anybody else. There were a lot of players who wanted to be on the pitch in the last matches and have not played, because only 11 can start, and that will never change.
There was a headline in Italy this week, Thomas, repeating the claims that Romelu isn't settled in London at Chelsea, wants to return to Inter. Romelu and his aides very quickly said that was nonsense, there was no truth in it, and he was concentrating only on Chelsea in a big cup final. You must have been pleased by that reaction.
I did not read the headline, and I was absolutely not aware of the reaction. This is maybe the best thing to do. I trust my players and their focus. I mean, on the other hand, what other choice is there? I mean, there's no transfer period right now, and there's Everybody is hugely involved in the goals that we want to achieve together. And the truth is, we can only achieve them together, and we can only achieve them with a strong Romelu, a strong Xhorxi, a strong everybody. And if everybody plays their role to the very top level, then we can be a very, very strong team, and then we can fulfill our dreams. And that is the point. So there is absolutely no need now to get distracted and to read these headlines and get carried away by these headlines. It's very calm at the moment. We get quality back in the group. We get injured players back in the group, and this is what counts. And we take care about the daily process. Everything else we cannot influence.
Well, lots of people want to talk to you about a very big cup final on Sunday. I just want to ask you before you move on to them, and that the Champions League final is changing location.
Well,
you'll be the third. If you make it, you'll have played 3 Champions League finals where the location has changed. So maybe that's a good omen. Whenever a location is changed, you're in it. But on a more serious note, it's the right thing to do.
Yes, a clear yes. And sadly, I think it's the worst reason to change a location. The absolutely worst reason. We feel horrible about it in general. It clouds our minds and it clouds our focus, of course, and we can absolutely understand the decision. In the moment, actually, we don't think so much about it. It's nice that you mentioned it, and it's nice that it was like this the last 2 times. It was the last 2 times because of Corona. So, and we thought already that this is not good news because of Corona. So now we have even worse news, and there are like things more important, and the focus from us in general on sportive and globally speaking is at the moment not at the final.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gary. Move on to John Southall.
Hi, Thomas. How are you doing?
Hi.
Can I just start by asking you the goalkeeping situation? Obviously, Kepa has played in every round up to this stage. Will he start in goal on Sunday?
First of all, I will not tell you, and we will take the decision late, because you have a reason to ask the question. In the last competition was a very short competition. Kepa played in the World Cup, in the Club World Cup. Kepa played the semi-final and was a huge part in the semi-final, brought us to the final, and then we took the decision for Edu coming back from the African Cup of Nations, from the African Cup, and then it's a pretty similar situation now. The very last decision we will take after training, like always, because there's no need to take the decision now when we have one more training ahead. Kepa did fantastic in the period where we had to be without Edu, and so it's a uncomfortable and very comfortable situation to be in.
Do you think he deserves a chance to play in the final? As you say, he did really well in the Club World Cup. Every time you say the way he conducts himself, around the club,
it's very easy.
Can you not get sentimental about it?
This is both very easy to answer. He absolutely deserves, and I cannot get sentimental about it. I cannot. I have to do what is, in the end, in my opinion, the very best solution for the team. I know that this position is a very sensitive position. If Kepa was a player in the field among the other 10 players, we would not have these discussions. We would just be full of praise, and besides it, because we are full of praise for him, he would feel it in minutes. So now he is like in this one position where you don't do a lot of changes. And still, he would absolutely deserve it, and I will not be sentimental about the decision.
And just one on Jurgen Klopp. How much do you enjoy coming up against him? And I know you've spoken about your relationship before, but do you speak regularly?
No, we don't speak regularly. Enjoying, to play against teams who are coached from Jurgen is not only pure pleasure, because they give you a hard time. And of course we're facing him with a very strong Liverpool team on a very strong run of games, run of results in brilliant form. So it's a big challenge, but it's a big occasion, and we feel absolutely competitive regarding our last matches to Liverpool, and this is where we want to continue. And in the end, I know you know exactly what I mean. In the end, it's a pleasure to meet him. It's a pleasure to be in a final at Wembley again, and very grateful for it.
Declan McCarthy, Talk Sport.
Hey Thomas, just two from me. Great to see you again. But just firstly, just to give us a bit of an insight, what do you say to the players when it comes up to these big occasions? Because, you know, in your time at Chelsea, you've had a Champions League final, Club World Cup, I could go on. It always just seems that winning mentality rises to the top. Are you able to give us some sort of insight into what you kind of say to the players?
It's not decided yet, but I think, like, you know, you hear me maybe a lot of times saying that we take care about the daily process. I don't think that you take care about the final on the day before the final or on the day of the final. I think you take care about the final on a daily basis before, when nobody thinks about the final, because this is what brings you there. And then the closer you get, the more routine, the more behaviors, the more principle must be installed, that you can trust yourself and that you can be free, because in the end, as the tension is growing, we try to give less information. We try to trust them and trust in our skills. Is for me not the moment to do crazy things, crazy talks. But even that changes from occasion to occasion, from feeling to feeling. How do you feel your team? What was the approach to the final? Who's the opponent? But I don't want to give you more insight, actually.
Fair enough. And then going into the final on Sunday, Thomas, obviously with Liverpool playing more consecutive Premier League games, they certainly have the form behind them.
Yeah.
Some may even say and suggest that they are the favourites for the game. Now, we've had this in the Champions League final when Manchester City were the favourites, and we know what happened then. Does this almost help your team?
I don't know, but I think like to a 51 or 55%, they are the favourites because of recent form and recent results. But we all know, like when we were the favourites against Lille, and we maybe still are, we know that in the end, when we arrive, Lille will play will play to their full level, and they will play the role as an underdog and will not accept it as a disadvantage. And so do we. And we have things to trust on. We have experienced matches, tight matches against Liverpool. I think the last three were all like a draw. So that will not happen, obviously, in Wembley. We will find a winner somehow. And we know very well what it takes to have a tough match against them. And we feel confident that we have everything what it takes. And now we need to show it. And I think it's the same. It's the same for them, and nice to have a match like this in the final.
Okay, last two in this section: Nick Purewall and Jerry Cox to finish. Nick.
Hi Thomas. So just in terms of fitness, is Reece James available for selection then? Because obviously he was back in training, but could he feature, and if so, how much of a boost would that be?
Very good question. Even if I wanted to, I'm not sure if I could answer your question right now. He looked brilliant in the last two training sessions. Let's wait another session, and then let's see if I'm crazy enough to just put him on the pitch, or if the reasonable side of me wins in the end, and we go for step by step. It would be a huge step. But honestly, yesterday and today, he looked so strong, so confident, and so involved in training that you are tempted to do it. Let's see. We have a little bit of time, and the most important for him and for us is that he's back and that he feels so confident that he can step up on this kind of level, what he did yesterday and today. Still 2 days to go, and then we will take the decision.
Last question, Jerry Cox.
Hi Thomas, just a question about the forward line really. Has Kai Havertz done enough to justify a position up front?
If he did enough to justify, yeah, it's a clear yes. It's a clear yes. Does this mean that he needs to start and has to start and will start? No, we will also decide this late. This will depend to also how much he played, to what we need, and to with what characters we want to fill the positions. But did he do enough? Yes, in the last weeks, absolutely yes.
Okay, that's the end of the broadcast section.
All right. Kai Havertz, does he start? Kepa, does he start? Reece James, does he start? These are all questions that we'll find the answer to tomorrow. But the way he addressed the questions, I think some of the journalists expect him to give them the team sheet in advance, a day or actually 2 days in advance, because this press conference happened yesterday. I wanna hear what you guys had to say about this press conference. What's your thoughts and opinions on it? It's good that we have a full squad available apart from Ben Chilwell to pick from. And I know some of you guys have submitted a potential lineup, which we will look at, and we will look at the different formations and different tactics that you guys think we'll be using. But I want to get your initial assessment of that press conference. So whoever wants to go first, take it away.
Is Tuchel crazy enough? That's what I got from it. He's not. Yeah. I don't think he is crazy enough. It's a final.
Yeah. But listen, is he crazy enough to play Reece James and to keep men on the bench? That's the answer. That's a question. That's a question. He has shown.
Yeah.
He has shown.
He has shown the Kepa one. And people.
It backfired. It backfired.
But to me, does Tuchel look at that as backfired? I mean, we say it's backfired because Kepa copped the long-range goal. But I'm sure managers look at that as, not an error, but some kind of luck as well to cop a goal like that. I think he doesn't look that far back. I also think that he will look on the performances. As much as I want Mendy to start, I believe Kepa will get the nod. I think Tuchel rewards his players. That's why I think Havertz would probably get the nod as well.
Tuchel has not won a single domestic trophy yet. This is his second bite at the cherry. I think it's the second one, right? Because FA Cup final, Carabao Cup final. I think this means a lot. This means a lot.
It could be the only. Well, besides the World Cup, the other final we play in. So it could mean everything. I think he's going to throw everything at it. So, I mean, majority of that press conference was almost nothing. Like I almost hate that half the press conference is some cherry-picked headline of Lukaku every week, and which has nothing to do with the game. So I hate that. And everyone was fishing for the lineup. So I think our lineup, our reveal is going to be pretty interesting because no one really knows. And let's see how we go, huh?
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Declared. Anybody else want to take a crack at this press conference?
Can I say something, Mo?
Yeah.
Yeah. What I gather from Tuchel, what he said about the Kepa, the way he said it looks like Mendy's going to start. But for me, Kepa deserves to start. He should be rewarded, for what he's done. He took us. Don't forget, he brought us to the final. And he didn't start the last final. So for me, I wish he does start. I love Mendy. Mendy's our number one, but we're going to have other finals, hopefully. So for me, Kepa has to start. He has to be rewarded because he's shown up really a big time.
Completely disagree. I believe it's a cup final, and I think we should play the best players possible. This sentiment thing, I don't really.
It's not sentiment. He's been playing good.
Yeah, well, I know he's been playing good, but our best goalkeeper's Mendy.
Well
It's a
said,
cup
Chris.
final.
Well said, Chris. It is sentimental because you don't prioritize rewarding Kepa over, putting a lineup that will give us the best chance of winning the game. So yes, Kepa's done well.
Yeah, go.
But for me, I would start our best goalkeeper, which is Mendy.
100%.
Yeah, but who do you think Tuchel will start?
Mendy.
I think he will start Mendy. I'm just saying, if I was Tuchel, I would start Kepa. Give him some, deserved praise. He deserves something. That's
I get it, but my logic to it, and I agreed with what Eric, Lou, and Chris said. It's our cup final. We play our best keeper, but I also said that in the FA Cup final that we played last season, and what Tuchel has shown is that he plays Kepa, and he rewards it all the way, almost all the way to the end.
He started with Kepa in this League Cup, so he should keep with Kepa, and I think he might. But Mendy, Mendy's going to have all the league games coming up. We got big games, so he'll be there. And things that's
what I'm asking. What do you think Tuchel will do if you guys are trying to get into Tuchel's head? I know you guys are expressing what you guys want, but try getting into Tuchel's head and look at what he's done in the past. That's what I'm going on.
The expression.
And what do you guys believe that he would actually decide on?
Well, for me, it makes more logical sense to play Mendy in the cup final and Kepa against Luton. That makes more logical sense to me. Like, it's the cup final. We play our best players.
Looking at the press conference.
Looking at
what the press conference.
Tuchel sense is probably what the best word for it.
The way he talked about Kepa and Mendy, if you see what he said, looks like it's gonna be Mendy. That's what he looks like.
I mean, he could have responded to that question in the sense that you don't give Kepa the chance for the final for sentimental reasons, which is what I think the journalist was trying to do. He was trying to ask him a leading question, but then he spun it around and said, you don't give Mendy the chance for sentimental reasons, which I'm not really too sure how you would say that necessarily.
Kepa, you don't give Kepa the chance for sentimental reasons.
Yeah, he said,
no, but Tuchel's response, if he played again, Tuchel's response was, Kepa has been playing well, right? But you don't bring in another keeper just because maybe, he has momentum. He just won the Club World Cup. He just won AFCON. I feel as if Tuchel made it a little bit ambiguous. So it's not obvious that he wants to start Mendy. That's what I think. But I think he will start Mendy. I think he knew he made a mistake in the FA Cup final.
He definitely made it ambiguous. Definitely, I agree. On all fronts, who's starting up front, who's our right back, and who's in goal. 3 key positions, and all of them, he left it so you have no clue who's starting. However, going on previous decisions and outcomes, I think we made the right decision playing Mendy in goal in the Club World Cup. I think we made the wrong decision playing Kepa in goal in the last FA Cup final. And I think it will be the right decision to play Mendy in goal in this Carabao Cup final, because if we play Kepa and we lose, can you imagine the stick Tuchel is going to get?
Exactly.
And Kepa is going to get for that decision. However, if we were to play Mendy and lose, no one would question the decision to play Mendy. I think we are at a stage where we are trying to bring back Kepa into a position where we are able to have an option to sell him, to loan him, to do something about him next season. And I think if we were to play him tomorrow and things go pear-shaped, I mean, if we play him tomorrow and we win, then fantastic. His price is going up by another 5 million. But if we play him tomorrow and we lose, his price is going to plummet by another 10, 15 million. So let's just play it safe, and I think stick with Mendy. That's my opinion. And again, I could be wrong.
Mo,
I probably am.
Analogy that you gave, if we go to penalties, people will say the same thing. about Mendy.
If we go to penalties, man needs to be swapping them goalkeepers around before penalties. I do not want to see us going to penalties with Mendy in goal. No doubt about it, and that's why we should leave. Do we get an extra substitution, extra time, or is it just 5 flat out?
No, it's not 5. Yeah,
sure.
Is it 5?
The League Cup is normal. It's not like the Champions League.
Yeah, so we got 5 substitutions for the whole game. So what I would do is I would keep one until the end, just in case we need to bring on Kepa.
Because we've done in the Super Cup. If it does go like that, Kepa will come on. He will bring him on for the penalties for sure. If we get to that stage. But I just think he deserves to start because he's played every round. That's all.
Deserving something doesn't mean you're going to get it.
Yeah,
I agree. He deserves to start. I agree.
Yeah, I know.
I don't want him to start though. He deserves it, but I don't want it to happen.
Yeah, I don't mind. I feel safer with them deciding always, but it's just for Kepa. You know what I'm saying?
Go on, Julius.
Yeah, I wanted to give my final statement because I have to go. I'm very happy that Tuchel, the way Tuchel speaks about the confidence is something we haven't seen at Chelsea for many years. Even though Liverpool is in form and they are favourites, I love the fact that he keeps saying we have the capabilities, we are good enough to win, we have the weapons to win. He puts us in a place where most people would think, oh, Liverpool are better than us on all of that. But in his head, no, they're not better than us. We can beat anyone if we play our game well. So I think that that shows you how confident he is with his abilities. And if you look at the games we played against Liverpool, we played them twice this year so far. And both of the games, they were so lucky to get a draw. We were the better team. We should have won the games. And they were really, really fortunate to get out with a point, especially the first game at home, at Anfield, I mean. So I think in that sense, the players are mentally prepared for the final. And we are, I think, also as experienced as them, even though we are a younger squad, we are as experienced as them in these type of games. In regards to the starting lineup, you know what? It's a tough question. It's tough to predict what could happen, but knowing how Tuchel thinks, he would not do any favors. He will at the end of it put whoever would give the team a better chance to win. As simple as that. If he thinks Mendy, okay, Kepa has played all the games until we got here, but if he thinks Mendy is the better player to start because he will give us a more protection or more a chance to win the game, Mendy is starting. I don't think Tuchel does favors or go in that direction. With Lukaku, I don't think he should start, in my opinion. However, again, there are tactical things that as casual fans may not be able to see or understand. Maybe there are things that Lukaku could bring to the table that would cause issues for Liverpool. I don't know. I personally don't know. Someone who had 7 touches the last game, not sure how beneficial that would be for us. But who knows? Maybe Tuchel has some different ways to use Lukaku after. In a game like that. So I'm confident. I want us to win this title more than anything. This is going to be a huge, huge game and a huge title, especially in these days, because the whole world right now would want us to lose more than ever. And lifting that trophy in their faces would be an absolute pleasure. So unfortunately, I would love to stay longer, but I have to go.
I can hear the messages coming in.
Yeah. Always a pleasure.
No worries. No, pleasure's mine. Thank you for coming on, Julius. I'll catch up with you in due course, man. Enjoy the rest of your day, brother. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Take care, Julius. Thank you.
I've just
yeah, no. Yeah, go on, Bobby.
I've just had a go at someone on Twitter who can't even find Ukraine on the map if it's put in front of him. And he's opening his mouth to talk absolute trash about Roman Abramovich. Michael Richards is an illiterate fool. What on earth does he think he's talking about? If anybody's got Sky and you've got the opportunity, just go back and listen to what that fool is saying about Roman relinquishing stewardship of the of this club. What do these people want? Do you want him to be killed to satisfy your...
Bobby, sorry to interrupt you, but
I'm angry.
No, I understand that, and I'm looking right now at some of the thumbnails and some of the titles on some of the videos that have been published by our community, talking about Roman stepping down, Roman leaving. I mean, I'll need to go back and watch these videos and these streams because he hasn't done that. He hasn't done that. He has. I mean, stepping down is like I am no longer involved. He hasn't stepped down. He has passed on the responsibility and accountability of the daily running of the club to someone else. It's like, it's like me giving you my car keys and saying to you, look after it for a little while. Is it your car now? No, it's still my car. Have I given you my car? Yeah, I've given you the right to use it, but I haven't given it to you. And that's the difference. I mean, Roman hasn't done anything of that. And I need to look at that. And again, Bobby, I mean, you should not be surprised at people like Micah and others who will jump on any little thing to slander and to attack Chelsea Football Club. I mean, Chelsea Football Club.
I just feel that, what you're saying is right, but what is really getting me is they are trying to make Roman Abramovich responsible for what has happened in Ukraine. That is absolutely ridiculous. It is one of the most absurd things I've ever seen. I mean, talk about a goddamn witch hunt. It needs to stop. And in fact, Sky Sports is equally responsible. The focus on this man is totally out of order. He didn't order Russian troops into Ukraine. He's got nothing to do with it. You may as well just point at somebody that is Russian and say it's his fault. I mean, what is this? What are we becoming? What kind of people have we turned into? That out of spite, you just put this man in the forefront of something that is actually a humanitarian tragedy. I'm sick. I just feel sick. I really do.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, and like I said, I'm gonna go back and watch all of these because for you to be able to discuss them and to be able to confront them, you need to know exactly the context that it's come in. And I've heard Markovic and I've heard others, in the past jump at any opportunity to attack Chelsea Football Club. I mean, just look at the panelists that they bring on Sky, on ESPN, on all these TV shows. Anyone who has any love for Chelsea, you don't see him. I mean, you might see them in the match commentary and the punditry during a match, but when it comes to their TV shows and whatnot, you very rarely see a Chelsea person there. I mean, I've seen Joe Cole a couple of times. I've seen Hasselbank a couple of times. Lampard did it for a while before he became the manager at Chelsea, but they don't really give us such the opportunity. But you'll see many a Liverpool man, and many an Arsenal man, a Man United man, a Man City man, but you very rarely see a Chelsea man being given these opportunities. And It is what it is. It is what it is. Lads, I'm going to go over to the next segment of the show, and that is our predicted lineups. The first one that has been submitted is from Chris. Chris has gone with an interesting lineup. He's gone with a 4-3-3 lineup for tomorrow's game. He's gone with Mendy in goal, so that answers one question in regards to Chris. Mendy is starting in goal. Rudiger, Silva, Christensen as our back line. Marcos Alonso with Azpilicueta as our wing backs. Kante and Kovačić in midfield. Interesting. I know Kovačić is fit, but would you start him? Considering that Jorginho has been dropped previously, maybe, I don't know. Ziyech with Mount just behind Kai Havertz as our striker. Chris, let me hear your thoughts and why you have given us this lineup.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Iron Brew 11, just like last time for the against Lille. Now, of course,
listen, one second. Iron Brew. If anybody working for Iron Brew is watching, you need to sponsor this channel. Seriously, you need to sponsor this channel because the amount of shout-outs Chris is giving you need to be sponsoring the Blue Lounge. Go on, Chris.
So, yeah, Edouard Mendy, 100%. I mean, the Kepa for me, look, the only time I want to see Kepa in this final is if it comes to penalties. That's it. Mendy for me starts. Best goalkeeper, best players playing the final. The back three, Christensen, Silva, Rudiger. I think that would be everyone's back three in terms of what we've got available. Reece James.
No Chalobah.
I don't know, mate. I don't know. I wouldn't put him, straight away in a final. I would put Christensen in there, considering Lille. He played against Lille. He's got game time. Against Van Azpilicueta, Reece James, I think he's came back too soon. I wouldn't risk him. So I think Azpilicueta's a safe bet there. Kante, no questions asked. Best player in the world. Kovačić for me. Now I see a lot of people put Jorginho in there. Now for me, I think. Kovačić getting the balls forward, against Liverpool. He was fantastic against Liverpool the last game at the Bridge. So I think he needs to be in that midfield for me. And left wing back, Alonso, in terms of attacking threat on the left, I think he's the best option there. Ziyech, probably our best attacker, as I say. I keep repeating myself the last 2 months or so. Ziyech has to start. Havertz has to start for me up top. I thought he done well against Lille. And Mason Mount, I know he was on the bench against Lille, so I think he might start ahead of Pulisic. That's the only concern. If Mount doesn't start, then it'll be Pulisic, but I think Mount will start. So that's the Iron Brew 11, managed by me, and my assistant is not here in the panel. Boogeyman, big up Boogeyman if you're listening. That's the way it is.
Yeah, Boogeyman is listening, but he's not coming. He's not coming. I got to deduct his paycheck as well. There's a lot of panelists. I mean, listen, I'm gonna have some surplus money for my wage. My wage budget, man, because I'm not paying a lot of people this month. So, I'm kidding. Listen, Boogeyman, if you're listening, big up to you. I hope everything is going well with you. Listen, Chris, my concerns about your formation wise. I may be inclined to go with the back four if I'm starting Ziyech. And to be honest, I wouldn't start Ziyech in this game or Kovačić. I would have Ziyech and Kovačić on the bench purely because of the knock that they've had. I know they'll be clear to play, but I wouldn't want to risk it. And I'd bring them on as impact subs should we need them in the second half. I have a feeling this game is going to drag on, so I may put Ziyech and Kovačić on the bench for this one. But again, good lineup, good setup. Let's have a look at the second one. Let me see who's the second one on here. I think it's declared.
Also, more. Have you noticed my profile picture as well on here? Have you noticed that? I'll wait till you to come back and see. Hopefully Liverpool fans are watching and they're wound up. Hopefully.
Oh, of course. The slip up, the famous slip up. All right. The second lineup is actually Gabriel. Gabriel's lineup. Where is Gabriel? He's not here. He's not here, so I can't put on the screen. Gabriel is not here. So let's have a look at the one after Gabriel. It's declared. Alright, so loading up now. Declared interesting lineup, very similar. Exactly the same formation as you, Chris. He's gone with a back three, so 3-4-2-1 or 3-4-3. He's actually he's risking it. He's putting Kepa in goal. He's playing Jorginho Kante, which is what I would do. He's playing Mount and Pulisic, Havertz. My only issue with you, Declared, is Mendy's not on the pitch. But apart from that, I'm quite pleased with the formation and the lineup. Let me hear your thoughts on this, Declared.
Yeah, I'm like I said before, I'm with everyone with Mendy. I kind of just I believe Tuchel put Kepa. That's the only reason he's on the pitch for me. I took a lot of time. I picked this team in FIFA, played it over and over, picked different teams. No, so I actually.
How did Alonso play on FIFA? Does he play good?
I didn't pass to him in FIFA. I only played the right side. So something that was a bit similar in our last Man City and Liverpool game. This was Tuchel's approach, and the objective was to try win the ball high with also being defensively sound. And one of the hardest positions for me was Christensen, because Tuchel turned to players like Sarr and Chalobah to shut down certain players. And I think he might do it again, but the only reason I put Christensen is because each of those games, Christensen was injured, and I think one was an illness or something. One was a mysterious one. So that was the hardest position for me, because I was going to put someone like Sarr in to do a shutdown role on Mendy, on Mane or Salah, to do one of them. But I think Christensen could probably do that, and being a cup final, keep a cool head, where one of those youngsters, especially Chalobah, did make a mistake in one of those games. So that's how I came to the back three. And we also played those the mid two against Liverpool. And I think Liverpool, if you notice, they press every team, but when they come against this formation, they don't press as much, and they try not to, because this is very well for the counter press, and especially with Jorginho, there you need that machine. But we need a lot of pressing, and that's why Mount gets in the team over someone like Ziyech, and Pulisic as well, who actually performed well against them as well, and for the press. So the objective is to win the ball high and hit him on the break.
Yeah, no, good lineup. And I can see this. Taking the pitch tomorrow. But I think it will be Mendy instead of Kepa. We'll find out tomorrow. Cheers, Declared. Let's have a look at the next one. The next one is Eric Blue. Interesting. So Eric Blue has also gone for the 3-4-3 formation. He's got Mendy in goal, same back line, same middle. The only difference to your formation, your setup is Hakim Ziyech starts ahead of Mason Mount. So Declared minus Mason Mount plus Ziyech. Eric, let me hear your thoughts, mate.
And he's got Mendy as well.
Yeah, and he's got Mendy. Yeah.
I went with. I'm assuming we're gonna play a back five or a back three. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
I think Jorginho will play. I think he was rested against. Who did we play last? Lille. I think he was rested against Lille. Kante has to play in this game, He just has to. I hope he's available. I think he is. I think everybody's available except Chilwell, right?
Eric,
So
1 second. I'm going to interrupt you for 1 second. This is a question to the people in the chat. Do you? I mean, it happens to me, and it's weird because I'm a YouTuber, but it happens to me. Does your brain have a thought whenever someone asks you who did we play against last? Because it was literally the last game, but you always forget who you played against last. I can tell you who we played against the week before, but the last time we played, literally when you ask that question, it's like your brain has a thought for like 2 seconds before you remember who you played against last. And I just had it there when Eric said, "Who did we play against last?" I'm like, fuck. It happens. Go on, Eric.
yeah, Kante has to start. I think some players will start because of necessity, right? So Aspi, Alonso. I heard some people saying that Malangsar should start to help us defend against Salah, and I'm not too sure how that's going to work, really, to be honest. I think we have more evidence to suggest that Alonso can do it. I know in the last game he got he got taken for I don't even know what you can call it. He just got embarrassed, but I think he would be the best option.
Sorry, Eric. Are you saying for the wingback role for Salah? Is that what
Yes.
people are saying?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought I heard right. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I know you don't think we should start Ziyech. You think he should come off the bench, but I think he's one of our best players now, and we just need to start strong. I don't think we can afford to bring him off the bench. So I would say start him, and let's see what we can do.
I'm totally with that, but if I'm going to start Ziyech against Liverpool, I'm going to play with the back four.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I would still risk it. I would still start him, and I think everybody else is self-explanatory. Havertz and Pulisic, I think those are players in form. Lukaku can't start for me. He might. I know this is a possibility, but I wouldn't start him, and I'm assuming Tuchel won't start him. And obviously Pulisic, if this was based on the game against Crystal Palace, I would say no way Pulisic should start. But based on the last game, I think he deserves to start. I think he has a good record against Liverpool. Yeah, he tends to score against them, so it makes sense. And Reece James, I'll be very surprised. If Reece James starts, I'll be very surprised. I think it's more likely that he'll come off the bench. But if he's not even on the bench, I wouldn't be too surprised because he just started training with the team. So I don't think he has much fitness to start a game like this. So that's it.
All right. Yeah. For me, Ziyech doesn't start in this formation. I would start him in a back four. But again, like I said earlier, I think him and Kovačić... but it depends on what Tuchel is seeing in respect to their recovery, because they did both limp off the pitch quite heavily. But again, Tuchel said that they've been back in training and playing and training well. So we'll see. The next lineup, I think I have one more. Yep, I have one more. Bobby Smoke Signals. Interesting. A slight variation here. Bobby Smoke Signals has gone with a 5-3-2 system. A 5-3-2 system. You're risking it. You're playing James. You're playing Malangsar as a left back. You have Ziyech, Jorginho, and Kante in the heart of midfield with Lukaku and Havertz. First time we see Lukaku in our selections this evening. Bobby, let me hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah, this was a difficult one. I always remember the substitutions, and I know that in this competition there are 5. Well, in every competition, apart from the Premier League, there are 5 substitutions. So I thought, okay, we should start off keeping it solid. I have a good feeling about this. I think Liverpool are scared of us. I really do, and I think perhaps I should have put a braver system out there. But I think being unpredictable, as Tuchel has started off with his press conference, is the way to go. In goal, I put Mendy. My heart says Kepa. My head says Mendy, and I think Tuchel will go with his head. The back three speaks for itself. I've gone with Reece James. Maybe it's a gamble, I don't know, but things could be switched up if it doesn't work out, simply for the fear factor, because they will fear that. On the left wing back, because of the pace of Liverpool, we need to have someone who could defend. I've gone for Sarr. I know it takes away from the attack, and the attack on the left might be hampered a bit because in the middle will be, I think I put Kante there, didn't I? Kante and Georgie. And Havertz. But Havertz has quite a bit of endeavour in him, and he's up and down. But that might be slightly inhibited because of the lack of attacking of Malang Sarr. But then having said that, he does show, little bits, like the through pass he put for N'Golo Kante in the last match. He can do it. So, and he's defensively solid. I think it's worth giving Lukaku a go. I'm hoping the final will trigger something in him. It's going to be tough for him, though. Kanute and Van Dijk will be prepared for him. But if he puts himself about like I hope he does, it's going to create some space. On the right, I've put Ziyech. Is he fit enough? I don't know. That could be Mount. Certainly centre-backs, as I've said, pick themselves. Right side of midfield, I did put Ziyech. Could be Mount, could be Pulisic. They could come off the bench. There are options there. And right wing back, I put James. I think that's it. That's the team.
Yeah, no. For me, I would love to see James start if he is able and capable, because this is as big a game as we're going to be playing this season, unless we progress further further along in the Champions League, maybe semi-final, final, quarter-final. So this is going to be a big game for us. And if he's able to play, I would like to see him start. Tuchel said he's been throwing himself about. He's been getting stuck in training, and he looks strong. So it's just the lack of game time that concerns me. So Tuchel will make that decision, but I wouldn't be against that. And most likely. And in regards to Malang Sarr, I agree with you. His strength and his pace will be useful in defense. And depending on the tactics of the game, how we're going to approach the game, I could see Malang Sarr starting, but possibly in a back four rather than a back five. But again, Tuchel has done these kind of things in the past, so we'll see. All right, cheers, Bobby. Thank you for submitting that lineup, guys. I want you all to give me your assessment of how you think Liverpool is going to approach this game and how is Chelsea going to approach this game, because Liverpool is not a team that is likely to sit back. So is Chelsea going to play on the counter? Is Chelsea going to try to push them back and try to dominate? And for me, this is where Jorginho comes in, because if you're looking to play on the counter, you start Kovačić. But if you're looking to dominate the game, you start Jorginho. And I've seen a lot of you guys go with Kova over Jorginho. So, how do you guys think this game is going to pan out?
So, overall, for example, when we played them at Anfield, I thought we should have won at Anfield, to be fair. Obviously, the penalty got given, which wasn't a penalty in all honesty. So, I think at the Stamford Bridge, it's very high intensity. We know what Liverpool's going to bring. As soon as you've got the ball, they're going to be pushing you, pressing you high, and trying to get you to make mistakes so they can get the ball and then get it to Salah, Mane, even Luis Diaz or Jota. If Firmino's out, I know he's out, so it'll be Jota. I reckon it'll be Jota. But Liverpool have got very high attacking options. So for me, I think it's going to be a very high intensity game. I think it's going to be very, very end to end. I think that's why I put Kovačić in my team in regards to the direct passes to the front three. So I think it's going to be very, to be honest, I'm going to say very boring in terms of it's going to be 0-0 for large parts of the game. I don't think it's going to be 1-1, 2-2, 3-2, 3-3, 4-4. I think it'll be 0-0 up until about the half time, and then the 50th minute, I reckon that's when we'll start to see both teams go for it. So at the start, cautious, I think, but near the second half, I think it's all guns blazing from both sides. They've got options to bring off the bench in terms of Diaz and who else? I mean, Thiago, whatever else, and we've got options in regards to Lukaku if he's up for it, Timo Werner, etc. So, yeah, I reckon it will be a very, very intense game, but boring but intense. That's what I reckon.
How's that possible, Chris? Boring but intense. I like it.
Boring but intense.
No, boring to start with, but then it'll get to be intense after 15 minutes after first half.
I think it'll be the other way around.
Yeah,
but also I can see it two ways. So I think so. What Liverpool did to us last time was start very strong, and then ease off the break, ease off the acceleration. I mean, and so that being in a game where the way they play, they can't keep up that intensity, especially if the game goes to extra time as well, which is going to take a toll. So I think they would go for try to get the early goal and then try to slow down the game and have us chase the game and conserve their energy. Plus, if we open up, they got quick players to really open us up at the back. But also, there's a few games, if I remember, the way Klopp plays in the final, there is a conservative side to him where the game becomes long balls. And they never want to play in their half. So as soon as they get the ball, they'll kick it down to Chelsea's half and play like that and hope something comes from it. And then press in your half. And they'll do that till you make it out of the half. And so there is that is the conservative side of Klopp. He does have that. It is a final. He might actually do that. It was actually a very boring game when he does that. But I think it will be the first thing I said, where they'll come out strong and then ease off, whether they get the goal or not.
Well, I hope
what do you guys know about Stuart Atwell? Is he a good referee?
Oh, I mean,
he's the one.
Any good referees?
Well, because my concern, and Bobby mentioned this earlier, and he's right to have this concern, is we may see some injustice happen out on that pitch tomorrow.
What was the referee's name? Stuart Atwell?
Yeah, this is the dude. I'll just put his picture on the screen.
To be fair, he's not. What was that? Stuart Atwell's haircut was one of the search results. He's okay. You know what? He's one of the decent refs. But as long as Anthony Taylor is nowhere near this game, I'm happy, because that guy, for me, oh my days. I don't want to swear, but this guy's corrupt. This guy shouldn't even be a ref. Honestly, Anthony Taylor. Hopefully he's not in VAR. Hopefully he's nowhere near the game. Stuart Atwell, he's okay, but I mean, all refs are the same, really, aren't they? I mean, they're they try and make it about them. Mike Dean as well. He's another one. Mike Dean's horrendous as well. But Stuart Atwell, he's okay. But I just want to say, Mo, I hope no Liverpool players slip, because they've got a history of slipping, mate, and I hope they show up, because they've got a lot of games called off this season. Just show up, please. Don't be scared. Show up at Wembley and play the final.
There's no way they'll call this one off.
I hope they don't show up, actually. I hope they don't show up.
No, I don't want the game called off, mate.
No, mentally not show up.
You know, the game tomorrow is a big one. It's a big one. And when I say it's a big one, I don't mean it's a Carabao Cup final. I mean it's a big one for Chelsea Football Club. I don't want to sound drastic or over the top, but Chelsea Football Club has been targeted now. We've been targeted. People are saying it's Roman this, Roman that, but end of the day, it's Chelsea Football Club. And you know, one of the things that Roman Abramovich did, or one of the reason behind what he did in his statement today, is to try to deflect away any poor or bad PR that is heading towards Chelsea Football Club because of his undesired position or unfortunate position. So the target is Chelsea, and we're seeing this. We're seeing this on many a tongue, on many a article. We're seeing this. So when I say it's a big game tomorrow, it's a big game because you want to tell all of these individuals to zip it. And the best way to do it is on the football pitch against Liverpool at Wembley Stadium.
This reminds me of the FA Cup final, because the FA Cup final was around the time when Chelsea joined the ESL, right? The Super League. And I remember people saying football won, when Leicester beat us. People were saying that they want Leicester to win. They were rooting for Leicester, and I think even the referees were rooting for Leicester. And we ended up losing. So we can't let the same scenario happen. We can't let, these people who have agendas against Chelsea succeed.
I mean, there's a comment here from Tobago. He says, yeah, let's win for Roman. No. Let's win for Chelsea. Let's win for Chelsea. You see, Chelsea is bigger than any individual. And we all are part of this organization. Our part in the organization is fans. We are part of this. And Roman Abramovich, in his statement, he addressed us as well. So Roman is a person who owns this organization. And what he has done today is to try to protect the organization, because he understands and he acknowledges that this organization that he owns is even bigger than himself. So we want to win this trophy for Chelsea. And Roman took the step today for Chelsea. Do you guys understand? Let's not put anyone on top of this entity that is Chelsea. Because Chelsea is history, Chelsea is passion, Chelsea is emotion, Chelsea is football. Chelsea is not any single individual. And that is why Roman did what he did today. Because he sees that, he knows that, he feels that. So let's win this for Chelsea.
It's an interesting point though, Mo. Would can say we win it, hopefully. Can anyone mention Roman's name? Or if anyone says...
Why not?
Well, there's so much criticism around it.
But the criticism, I mean, no one's going to mention it in regards to the media. They're going to mention it in a negative light. I will mention it as another successful, and should we win it, I will mention it as another successful achievement that we have gained, that we have done, that we have achieved under the ownership of Roman Abramovich, because it's a fact. I will mention that, and for me, it's another trophy that we've won with him being at the helm.
No, I didn't mean UK. Like when they're congratulating post-match.
Oh, you mean the pundits?
Oh no, I'm saying, say if Aspie comes up there and talks, and he wants to congratulate so many people, would he stay away from saying thanks to Roman? Like, remember John Terry used to do all the time, and many of the clubs.
That's a PR decision. Public relations.
Yeah, that's really what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and that will be. I mean, I feel that the players will be advised to stay away from that kind of statement, purely for not to rattle the emotions of others. Nick, if you want to add something onto that, go ahead, mate.
Yeah, what you said is, before is 100%. Chelsea, is bigger than any player, anyone. Chelsea is, how can I say? Chelsea is Chelsea. It's been there. Chelsea will be here when we're all gone. Roman's gone. The club will still be here. So, about what Declare was saying, if the media will ask questions and that, they probably will. But I think our players, they will know what to say. They're very experienced, especially Aspie. And even if he said anything, if he said, thanks to Roman, we've done this, I wouldn't be surprised from him. Thanks to Roman, we got here. That'd be a good statement to say.
Can I just add?
Wait a minute, Eric.
Go on.
Yeah, I'll finish in a minute. The other thing, about the team who he picks, it's very debatable. I see all your lineups. Eric Blue is the nearest one I agree with.
Not Bobby's one?
I don't think Lukaku will start. He has to stay on the bench. I've been saying for a long time now. Let him get his mind back, come off the bench and then show us what you got. And I think Havertz, Ziyech and Pulisic should all start because they've been our best three, in the last game. And they're really playing well. Ziyech has been good for the last 9 games. Mason Mount, I know he could start, but he should be on the bench for me. And the other thing is, I want to say, I don't know if you know I heard, if you've been on the Chelsea website and heard about Peter Benetti's memorial service. That's going to be on the 18th of March at Stamford Bridge, and his family invited all our fans, free because they want to see as much Chelsea fans as possible. I've got my ticket. Well, I've got my ticket today to go. I put it on Twitter actually to say the date and time and everything. But
Nick, do me a favor. Nick, do me a favor. Send me all the details that you have in a DM, the dates, how people can go about obtaining the tickets and whatnot, and then we'll publicize it on the Blue Lounge closer to the date because it's about 20. 20. Yeah, we've got time. So we'll definitely do that.
Yeah, I'll do that for him. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the other thing is, it's like you said, it's massive tomorrow. Not just because it's a League Cup. We always want to win the League Cup, and it's a big thing tomorrow because of everything that's going on. We want to shut up all these rivals and government idiots, really shut them up tomorrow.
So, can I just answer? I'm just going to touch on the players' point about, obviously, the players will be advised not to mention, obviously, Roman and the situation they're now. But personally, if we win tomorrow, I'll personally thank Roman. I'm 21, so growing up, being a Chelsea supporter, we've had fantastic managers, we've had fantastic players, we've won amazing trophies. All of that, the major part of that has been Roman Abramovich, and I can't thank him enough, to be honest. So, tomorrow, when we win that trophy tomorrow, I will thank him. Obviously not personally, but I will thank him in my head, I'll be like, you know what? Thank you, Roman, for being the owner that you are.
100%. We all should do that, Eric.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I mean,
Chris.
we all love Chelsea. I love Chelsea. Mo loves declared. Eric, everyone loves Chelsea. We all love Chelsea here. So personally, I'll thank Roman tomorrow if we win that League Cup, because the memories that I've had in football, and I love football, we all love football. The memories that I've had in football, the major part of that is because of Roman Abramovich. So I can't thank him enough. I can't thank him enough, honestly. So that's the way it is.
Yep, spot on. Before I bring in Boogeyman, Boogeyman, I don't care. You're 2 hours and 9 minutes late. Even though you come on, I'm not paying you. No paycheck for today, so you know.
I heard about that, man. You don't pay.
I don't believe you're not paying Boogeyman.
I'll do overtime. Don't worry.
Boogeyman has to get paid for this.
Not enough.
Team Boogeyman.
I'll do overtime. No worries.
Listen, guys, we will be on for a little bit. Boogeyman is late, but we'll be on for a little bit. We've hit 120 likes, and I can't tell you how thankful I am for everyone who has hit that like button. I did not ask for likes today, but you guys smashed it. 120, fantastic. If we can, make it a nice round number, say 200, that would be nice. If you're new here, subscribe to the Blue Lounge. You will not regret it. If you're a Chelsea fan, you need to be subscribed to the Blue Lounge, because you will enjoy the content that we publish. Tomorrow, I will be at the match, hopefully. I'm still waiting for Gov to come back on so I can send him the link so we can discuss this, because I will be getting a ticket from him, hopefully today, hopefully tomorrow. Regardless of what happens, I will be vlogging tomorrow with Sadiq from Worldwide Chelsea. We have a lot of things planned for tomorrow, so it should be some good content. And I'm not going to publish the content on my channel. I'm going to publish it on his channel. He doesn't know this yet. We haven't had this discussion, but I'm going to publish it on his channel, and I will link it on my channel, because I believe the best way to do it is if we focus on content in one direction. And if I try to take footage from my channel, he takes it for his channel, and it's going to get messy. So I'm going to just let it be on his channel, and I will link it on my channel so you guys can go have a look at it and check it out. And if you do go check out Sadiq on Worldwide Chelsea, do me a favor and subscribe to his channel. He's a great lad, great content creator. He's been doing it for a long time, longer than I have. But everyone is different in the way they produce their content. I enjoy watching his content, and I hope you guys will also enjoy watching his content. Boogeyman, I want to give you a little bit of time to tell us your thoughts and opinions on what has happened. First question to you is, did you read the statement by Roman Abramovich? Have you seen it?
Sorry, Mo, please, if I can jump in, because I've got to go, if that's all right. Apologies, Boogeyman.
Not a problem.
I'll be really quick. Tomorrow, is a game that's very important to us. But, my heart is heavy today because I've seen where we are now. We've lost track of our freedom. We've lost track of being a people that is fair and just. We're now witch hunting. This man hasn't even been given a chance to express himself about what has happened in Ukraine. He's been blamed. He's been hunted down for the action of politicians simply because by accident of birth, he happens to be a Russian. This is discriminatory. It is appalling. It is disgusting from the so-called media. I don't even think we have a media anymore. We just have a bunch of thugs. We have a bunch of propagandists, and we have people working on agendas. They make the news, not tell the news. Roman has now been victimized by those people. I'm disgusted by it all. I don't think it has any place anywhere, not to mention in sport. And I hope and I pray, I do anyway, that we lift that trophy tomorrow. And it saddens me that we're even talking about not being able to say his name. Why? Why not? What has he done to create that sort of atmosphere? You know what's happened? It's the media that's created that atmosphere. Shame on them. I'm embarrassed by what they're doing to this man. Absolutely embarrassed. And they're making themselves exactly the same as these people that have attacked Ukraine a couple of days ago. What's the difference? They're both as bad as each other. I'm really sorry, Mo, but I'm so upset. I'm so angry that, you know, I don't think I can make much more sense this evening. Guys, I love you guys, you know, and I'll hopefully we'll talk at some point after the game. Cheers, Bobby. Thank you very much. I want to address your point just before you go. The issue is not we shouldn't mention his name. I will not stop mentioning his name. I will continue to acknowledge what he has done. And to be fair and to be honest, as a Chelsea fan, regardless of what happens, even if for whatever reason things go in the direction where he has to sell the club and somebody else comes in, I will not forget what Roman Abramovich did for this club. And the 20 years that he has owned this club, it will be a legacy that no one can take away. No one can take away. Mo. And the community. No one can take that away. You see, where I'm from, we say when you pass away, when you die, there is only one thing you take with you. You can't take your money, you can't take your house, you can't take anything with you. But there's one thing you can take with you, and that is your deeds. Your deeds. And the reason why you can take your deeds with you is because the deeds you've done have impacted the people who know you, and they will always remember you for what you have done. Therefore, if Roman was to leave Chelsea Football Club, if Roman was to sell Chelsea Football Club, I will not forget what he has done for the club. That will never be taken away. No one can take that away. His deeds as the owner of the club, what he did for the club, nobody can take that away. You want to criticize other things, that's got nothing to do with the club, nothing to do with Chelsea, nothing to do with his legacy at the club. Now, if the players, and again, this is an if, and we don't know if this is the case, but if the players are advised to avoid mentioning him in the press conferences and whatnot, then that will be a decision that is probably taken by him himself, because he doesn't want to have anything to tarnish or to hurt the club, because Roman knows, just like everyone else in this stream right now knows, that the slightest problem, the slightest situation will be twisted and turned against the club and against us. So, Bobby, thank you for your remarks, and much appreciated. And I will speak to you if I'm able to stream tomorrow. I will, but probably on Monday morning. So big up to you, Bobby. Cheers, mate. Have a good night. Thank you, Bobby.
You know, mate, there's a massive. It's funny, yeah. There's a massive hypocrisy with the whole thing. It's not like this war is the only war that we've witnessed in the last couple of decades. No one has taken this kind of action against any other country. So everyone's piling on a cancel culture, but not, you know, even when Ozil stepped up for the Uyghur people in China, he got backlash. There's people dying in Yemen. There's a bit of a genocide. The Palestinians, like, there's so many causes and wars, and no one's ever stepped up.
Look. I don't want to get into politics, but let me just say this.
Sorry.
The people who are dying in Yemen, They are being killed by weapons manufactured in America. Okay?
Of course.
So where is the issue with that? Where is the debate about that? Where is the discussion about that? Okay, people who were killed in Iraq were killed by American drones. Where is the discussion about that? Where is the talk about that? We are selecting the stories, the wars, the situations that we want to address, we want to talk about. All right? We are selecting. Now, again, I said I don't want to get into politics because this will drag us into many avenues. Roman Abramovich does have a bad record when it comes to a certain region of the world. He has a bad record when it comes to Israel and Palestine. He has a very bad record in that respect to that. But that's got nothing to do with Chelsea Football Club. That has nothing to do with what's going to happen tomorrow afternoon. Chelsea playing Liverpool. We need to distinguish. We need to distinguish between the club and the other aspects, because I can sit here and talk to you about about Boogeyman. Bobby's left. Let's talk about Boogeyman. Boogeyman is sitting in front of me. I can talk to you for hours about Boogeyman. But everything I'm going to talk to you about is where my relationship with Boogeyman focuses on. Chelsea, the football, the sports, what we've discussed in respect to that. Now, do I know what Boogeyman does outside of this area? No. So, do I criticize, do I praise that aspect of his life? No, because I don't know it. But I will be more than happy to talk to you about Boogeyman when it comes to the footballing aspect, the Chelsea aspect, the fan, the supporter of the club. That I can talk about. And that's what I'm saying. So we need to be able to distinguish between the different cases, different situations, different topics. And we need to have a level or a standard for addressing these things, because you can address one thing but you can't address another thing. You can talk about this but you can't talk about that. No. Let's talk about everything and let's put all out there and discuss it. Anyway, let's put politics aside. Boogeyman, welcome back to the stream. Have you read the statement by Roman Abramovich?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I heard it, and
have you read the?
Yeah. And
tell me your thoughts on it. Mate. Tell me your thoughts on it.
Listen. I can't remember the exact word that was used, but it just mean he just doesn't want to draw negative attention with all those news now in regarding Ukraine. He just want to isolate it, Chelsea FC, and all the good thing he has done with Chelsea FC. He want to isolate that from the fact that he is personally under attack right now. So I think it's just protect the image of Chelsea FC at this point. So and the only issue is you don't know if the step he has taken right now is going to be the final, or is just a process is just starting. Like, is he going to is this the first step for him to take himself completely out of Chelsea, and then even give the ownership to some new buyers? I'm not sure, but it seems like he's trying to protect Chelsea at this time, at this point. So at least for now.
Yeah, that's exactly how we saw it. That's exactly how we saw it. Didn't Roman support the NHS through 2020? Sam, he supported the NHS. He supported the government by not using the furlough scheme. He supported the community. He supported the hospitals. He's done. Look, you can't put a blemish on the actions that he has taken while at Chelsea Football Club or in regards to Chelsea Football Club. You can't. He's done great. He's done great things for that. But that's not what they're sanctioning him for. They're sanctioning him for what Putin is doing, rather than what he is doing.
Guys, I can I add something though? Like, as much as I find that Roman is just a scapegoat at this time, or whatever's happening to his name, or I'm not sure him personally, I don't think it is fair. But if you look at the situation in his globality, they are a politician. I'm pretty sure you don't like using those words. They effing up, like they effing up with this whole situation at the beginning.
I actually slipped up on stream and I used the F bomb myself today. So it happens.
Okay, so they effing up, and then they let this situation become uncontrollable. Now they just try to find a way to do everything to make Putin and his regime pay for it, and to do so, they just jumping on anybody that has anything, even for you. Listen, if Putin send you a birthday card, you're done. If Putin anything that they can find on you, they'll go after you. I think that's what's going on. As much as I disagree, I think Ukraine and Ukrainian are the ones suffering right now, and come on, it's a difficult situation to be honest, and our politicians are the one to be blamed for that. First, that's for sure.
Yep, spot on, definitely. Look, I need to wrap up the stream. I need to speak to Gov, and I need to wrap up the stream. So, guys, like I said, tomorrow, big game, massive game. Hopefully, we will pick up our first domestic trophy under Thomas Tuchel, and win at Wembley, win against Liverpool, and try to turn this negative media obsession with Chelsea into something positive, because they'll be forced to say something positive tomorrow when we get that trophy.
We need to win it. We need to win it.
Yeah, no, tomorrow's the night. Tomorrow's the afternoon, hopefully. We'll get this. Guys, thank you all for coming on. I will be seeing you hopefully tomorrow evening, maybe Monday, definitely. Quick score predictions before we go. We'll start from Bobby and we'll end with Gov. Bobby, sorry, Boogie. I apologize. You came in late, man. I've been saying Bobby all night, and then you come in late, so it's your fault. It's your fault, Boogie, man.
No problem.
Boogie, man, your score prediction for tomorrow. Let me hear it.
Listen, I think Liverpool will be coming to this game thinking Chelsea is in a turmoil, so they're going to beat us or do something, and they will be surprised. So it's going to be 3-1 Chelsea.
Nice. All right, Chris. Boogeyman says 3-1. What are you gonna say?
So obviously that's if Liverpool turn up, because we've got a history of getting games called off and players slip all the time at Liverpool. So I'm going to say 2-1 Chelsea. 2-1.
2-1 Chelsea. Chris, cheers. Tobago, your score prediction for tomorrow?
2-0 Chelsea.
2-0. Clean sheet. All right. Who's in goal, Mendy or Kepa?
Mendy
clean sheet. All right. I see that. Declared?
1-0 Chelsea. Heart attack all the way to the end.
Heart Attack FC. Eric Blue.
Sorry, my mic was muted. Can I give two predictions? Oh, actually, I was going to make it
three, Eric. So I think you cover
Make it three.
1-0 to Chelsea, or it might be 1-0 to Liverpool, but it'll be close, right? Is that what you're going to
say? No. There's no prediction involving a Liverpool win. I was going to say 1-0, but then I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet. I don't think we will. So 2-1, but then can we score 2 goals?
Yes.
We can. Yes, we can. But will we?
Yes.
Not sure. So maybe 1-1 and then win on penalties. No, I'll say 2-1.
Jeez, mate.
Make up your mind, man. Come on, seriously. What's it going to be?
2-1 Chelsea.
All right, 2-1 Chelsea. Sweet. Nick, yeah, eventually.
Cool. I was thinking like Eric Blue all day today. I was thinking it could be 1-1. Kepa comes on and be a great hero like last time, but that can't happen all the time. It's going to be 2-1 to Chelsea, and I've got a feeling Rudiger will thunderbolt one goal win tomorrow. That would be really nice.
One of them missiles from...
a missile, rocket.
Okay. Sweet. Cheers, Nick. Thank you. Gov, were you going to see tomorrow? What scoreline are you going to see tomorrow? Tell me. You're on mute, Gov. Hold on, let me take you off mute. Yep, go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, loud and clear, mate. Welcome.
Good. Happy days. Thank you. Sorry for the delay in getting to you.
Pleasure.
I mean, my flight was late and all that sort of stuff. Can
worries,
everybody
mate.
hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Loud and clear, mate. Loud and clear.
Good. I just want to say a big up to everybody. Great shows and all that. That's why you've got me hooked on it big time, like. So
you're welcome.
Pleasure.
You're welcome.
Yeah. No, thanks, sorry, Frank. And sorry for calling you Nick yesterday, Chris.
It's fine, mate. It's fine. Honestly, it's fine.
I ain't gonna go. I think there'll be a lot of goals tomorrow. 3-2. I'm gonna go Chelsea.
All right. It's gonna be a mad game, 3-2. Mad game.
I think so. I think there's going to be a lot of energy in that game tomorrow, especially with what's going on and stuff like that. You know, just hope things don't boil over and stuff. And it's a good game of football, and it's just settled by a decent game and fair play and stuff like that. You know.
Hopefully, fantastic,
yeah.
fantastic.
Fingers
crossed. Lads, when I end the stream, I would like Chris and Gov to stay behind because I want to discuss tomorrow and how we're going to go see the game. So everyone else, thank you very much. Love having you on the show, and hopefully Chelsea pick up the trophy tomorrow afternoon at Wembley Stadium. Pick up, guys.
Enjoy tomorrow, guys. We'll talk later. Bye.
All right. Up for Chelsea. Big up.
Yeah.